My name is Chief Dr. Sir Bob Manuel Udoku Dana Batendo Gidi. Join Martins on political views on Mondays 3 p.m., Saturdays 10 a.m. on Ebonadi 103.5 FM. Gidi.
A former president of Nigerian Bar Association, Mr. Olumide Abata, has been declared the winner of the Labour Party governorship primary in Edo State. Abata scored the highest number of votes to become the governorship candidate of the Labour Party in Edo State. Good morning and welcome to Political Views on Ebonade 103.5 FM. I am Martin Ifeanyi AKC. Apata, the winner of the primary election of Labour Party in Edo State, believes that it is a beautiful thing to be underestimated, since perceived as the rookie came up to defeat more professional politicians to become the Labour Party governorship candidate in Edo State. On the state of the nation, as hardship, rages on in Nigeria today, the immediate measures Nigerians are looking forward to at this time includes implementation of some of the measures set out for to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy. More than ever, Nigerians, hope that the government will engage the people on a daily basis to get feedback on what is going on and what the policies, whatever policies that they are putting in place, how it is affecting the situation of the people. Also, the measures, announced to cushion the effect of subsidy removal should be implemented, most especially the CNG buses, among others, most especially for the civil servants. Also, the directive, CBN gave to banks to, release dollars. All of that, a lot is going on. So let me bring you up to speed on the happenings on our political space this morning. The headlines: Opeboro, Akpata win Edo APC Labour Party governorship tickets. Soldiers arrest journalists, activists over planned Delta protest. Tinubu to unveil Aba power plant Monday. Tinubu governors others bid Akeredolu farewell. 42,000 metric tons of grains ready for distribution, federal government declares. 2023 polls, how we survive Naira swap, attack others. Obaseki's successor is three-horse race. We must resolve border security, LEPSTO, get national security right. Economy, civil society organizations tax senators, reps on stability, prosperity. Buhari, not Tinubu, responsible for rot in Nigeria, says Igboho. Chetima to flag off Light Up Southeast initiative Monday. Protesters storm National Assembly, urge NLC to halt two-day protest. Now, the details. And the first story we have for you this morning on Political Views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM is Opeboro, Akpata win Edo APC, Labour Party governorship tickets. After 3 grueling days, the representatives of Edo Central Senatorial District, Senator Monday Okpeboro, has been declared the winner of Edo State All Progressive Congress governorship fresh primary election. The collation and declaration took place on Friday morning at Lotsville Hotel and Suits Government Reservation Area, Bini. The governor of Cross River State, Senator Basi Otu, who was the chairman of the Edo APC Fresh Poll, made the declaration after collecting the result from the 18 local government areas returning officers that conducted the poll in the 192 wards of the state. Opeboro polled 12,433 votes to defeat the representatives of Ovia constituency in the House of Representatives, Dennis Idahosa, who scored 6,541 votes. The National Working Committee of the party ordered a fresh election on Thursday after the one held on Saturday was cancelled after 3 aspirants claimed victory. After the exercise, the former chairman of Electoral Committee of the primary, Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo, announced Dennis Idahosa as winner, while the returning officer, Stanley Ubaja, declared Monday Okpeboro as winner. Also, Ojo Babatunde, who claimed to be representing the returning officer in all the local government, declared Anamero Dekere as the winner of the election. However, the post-primary election crisis rocking the party degenerated last Monday as angry youths and women took over the party secretariat, demanding the sacking of the state working committee led by the acting chairman, Jared Tenebe, over Saturday's election. Also, the former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Olumide Apata, on Friday won the governorship primary of the Edo State Labour Party as the candidate for the party in the forthcoming governorship election in the state. Apata, who polled a total of 316 votes, defeated his other contenders with a wide margin, with the closest aspirant, Mr. Ken Imasogbon, popularly known as Rice Man, and Professor Sonny Erosele, scoring 7 votes apiece, while Chegus Ogun scored 4 votes. Mr. Enes Ayebe scored 3 votes, just as Paul Isohi withdrew from the race. And the next story we have for you this morning: soldiers arrest journalists, activists over planned Delta protests. Soldiers from the Nigerian Army 3 Battalion in Efuron Uve, local government area of Delta State, in the early hours of Friday arrested and handcuffed the South Bureau Chief of Galaxy Television, Mr. Dele Fassan, for recording a planned labor protest in the metropolis against the economic hardship. The soldiers also reportedly whisked away human rights activist Israel Joe to their nearby military barracks following a mild rift between him and other activists, including Calvin Ejumudu and others. Our correspondent gathered that the planned protest was cancelled after critical stakeholders met and discussed the issues on Thursday night. The molestation of the television journalist took place at the popular DSC roundabout in Efuro, where the soldiers allegedly brutalized him and hit him with the butt of their gun. In the ensuing, Fassan was reportedly manhandled to the point that his cameraman fled the scene to avert his arrest. Eyewitnesses stated that Fassan was picked up by the soldiers in the presence of the police team led by a deputy commissioner of police, DC Operations, Aina Adeshola. And the next story we have for you this morning: Tinubu to unveil Aba power plant Monday. Barring any last-minute change in plan, President Bola Tinubu will on Monday, February 26, inaugurate the Aba-based geometric power plant. The president is also expected to inaugurate another set of 3 roads rehabilitated by the administration of Governor Alex Oti. The roads are Omoba, Jubilee, and Queen Streets in Aba. In a press statement released on Saturday, the State Commissioner for Information and Culture, Oke Kanu, said unarguably, this is Mr. President's first commissioning of a road constructed by the current set of governors in Nigeria. It equally marked the 9th road being commissioned in Aba since Dr. Alex Oti took over the reign of power in the state 8 months ago. This exercise is in addition to the commissioning of the geometric power plant in Aba on Monday, February 26 by Mr. President, a power plant that will provide uninterrupted power supply to Aba and its environs. The statement enjoined citizens and Aba residents to troop out a mass to witness the epoch-making events. And the next story we have for you this morning, Tinubu governors orders bid Akeredoro farewell. The ancient town of Ondo State on Friday played host to people from all walks of life who thronged the town to grace the final burial of the late former governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredoro, who passed away on December 27, 2023 during a protracted illness in Germany. In German hospital at the age of 67, was laid to rest at the burial site in the community. In line with the burial program, the body of the former governor arrived in the state on Wednesday, where special court sessions was held in his honor, after which the remains were taken to the Akure Township Stadium for a lying-in-state and commendation service. On Friday, a funeral service was held at the St. Andrew's Cathedral Anglican Church, Imola, The Vice President Kashim Shettima and many dignitaries were in attendance. Other dignitaries include the Ondo State Governor, Mr. Lucky Ayedatiwa, the Governor of Oyo, Ogun, Lagos, Osun, Ikiti, Edo, Delta, Anambra, and Benue State. Seyi Makinde Dapo Abiodun, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Abiodun Oyebanji, Godwin Obaseki, Cherif Oborowore, Charles Soludo, and Hyacinth Alia, respectively. Still on stories making rounds at political space this morning, 42,000 metric tons of grains ready for distribution, federal government declares. The presidency on Friday revealed that the 42,000 metric tons of grains it promised for nationwide release 2 weeks ago are being backed for distribution. He added that the remaining 60,000 metric tons of grains would be purchased from the Rice Millers Association of Nigeria. Special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, revealed this in a statement he signed Friday night titled Update on Tinubu's administration's efforts to ramp up food supply in the country as a temporary response to the nation's growing food crisis and the rising price of commodities. President Bola Tinubu on Friday 8 ordered the immediate release of 102,000 metric tons of various grains types from the Strategic Reserve and the Rice Miller Association of Nigeria. Deliberations began in the NS after angry youths and women took to the streets of Minna, the Niger state capital, and Kano to protest what they describe as the rising cost of living in the country. Similar protests also erupted in Ondo State, Nigeria's southwest. Giving updates on the strategy, the president said the Tinubu administration, through the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, is in the final stages of releasing 42,000 metric tons of assorted food commodities to support the vulnerable population across the country. Yes, the next story we have for you this morning, 2023 polls, how we survived Naira swap, attacks, orders. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, yesterday told of the challenge posed by the Naira swap to the conduct of the last year's general elections in the days leading to the commencement of the polls. The election umpire, in a 526-page report of 2023 general election just released in Abuja, also opened up on the hiccups over the uploading of the results of the presidential election. It attributed the problem to a technical challenge, which, according to it, was later fixed by 8:55 p.m. on the election day. The commission said the currency swap and the limit placed on cash withdrawals from banks made it difficult for it to pay for some critical items and services, including fuel procurement and transportation of personnel and materials. He said the situation constituted encumbrance on the Commission's operations for the payment to some unbanked service providers and the ability of particular transport providers to service and fuel vehicles in boats and motorcycles in the readiness for the election duty. Yes, you're tuned to Abon at the 103.5 FM, and this is Political Views. And the next story we have for you on this edition is we must resolve border security rap set to get national security right, Chetima. Vice President Kashim Chetima has emphasized the need to address the problem of poor border security in order to be able to solve the general security crisis facing the nation. Vice President Chetima, who stated this during a meeting with a delegation from the Border Communities Development Agency, BCDA, led by its Executive Secretary, Captain Junad Abdullahi, at the State House, Abuja, also said the role of the agency in changing the nation's security landscape. The Vice President, however, pledged the federal government's action to secure and develop Nigeria's border communities to improve the lives of residents and the security situation in the country, according to a statement issued by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communications, Stanley Nkwocha. Chetima noted that the challenges faced by these communities, including insecurity and lack of basic amenities. Most of the challenges we face stem from our poor border security, evident in the free flow of light weapons and ammunition across the borders. We need to address the role of the BCDA in changing the security landscape of our country, Vice President Chetima said. And the next story we have for you this morning: economy, civil society organizations tax senators, reps on stability, prosperity. A coalition of civil society organizations on Friday called on the National Assembly to approve the $3.4 billion loan collected by the federal government from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, in April 2020 without proof of how it was utilized. The group also kicked against ceaseless requests for loans by the federal government and the expeditious approvals given by the National Assembly with little or nothing to point out as to what the loans were used for. The group also added that savings made by the government from fuel subsidy removal from May last year till date have not been accounted for by the government as Nigerians are watching and suffering. The 9 civil society organizations led by the Executive Director of Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, SERAC, Aula Musa Rafsajani, at a media briefing, alleged that the incessant loans by the federal government made the debt profile of the country presently stand at 87.9 trillion naira, which is equivalent to $114.3 billion. The next story we have for you this morning: Buhari, not Tinubu, responsible for rot in Nigeria, says Igboho. Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Igboho, has described as incorrect the assertion made by some Nigerians that President Bola Tinubu is responsible for the rot in the country. Tinubu, who was sworn in on May 29, 2023, announced the removal of subsidy during his first address, a decision that increased the cost of petrol and economic inflation. This is against the backdrop of the Buhari-led government did not make provisions for petrol subsidies in the 2023 budget. Speaking during a visit to the palace of the monarch of Igboho town in Oyo State on Friday, Adeyemo said, "Some people believe it is Tinubu that spoils the country. It is not Tinubu. When Buhari was in government, I was shouting for us, Yoruba, to be united and free ourselves, saying that Buhari did not have anything to offer us. And he continues, on July 1st, 2021, Igboho escaped from a deadly night raid on his Ibadan residence by the operatives of the Department of State Services. And the next story we have for you this morning: Obaseki's successor is three-horse race. The governorship primaries were full of surprises. Some predictions didn't come to pass. New permutations displayed old calculations. From the stormy shadow polls, three candidates were thrown up by major political parties that are in reckoning in Edo State. After the conclusion of its inconclusive primary, Senator Monday Obegoro was declared a candidate of the All Progressives Congress. Also, Authentic People Democratic Party PDP delegates elected Asu Igodalo as flag bearer in a primary monitored by Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) officials. But the most surprising is Olumide Apata, a greenhorn who beat some veteran politicians and serial contestants to get the ticket of the Labour Party. Obegoro of APC survived what commentators have described as the conspiracy of godfathers, whose anointed candidate, Dennis Idahosa, was the falsely declared winner of a primary at halftime. An agricultural economist, he needs the same energy, resilience, and willpower to survive the impending September battle. Still on our political space this morning, protesters storm National Assembly, urge NLC to halt two-day protest. Pro-democracy activists yesterday stormed the National Assembly complex in Abuja, asking the National Labour Congress NLC to shelve its planned two-day protest and return to the negotiation table with the federal government. The protesters who marched from the Unity Fountain in the city to the National Assembly complex vowed to mobilize Nigerians against the NLC if the National Assembly failed to persuade the Congress to shelve their protest. But the NLC insisted yesterday that nothing has changed in its plan to hold a two-day rally. The pro-democracy protesters arrived at the complex in 6 luxury buses chanting solidarity songs. They carried anti-NLC placards, some of which read, "Let's be patient with Tinubu. NLC, please rest. Jagaban is working. And NLC, stop pretending to be fighting for Nigerians." Addressing newsmen at the Unity Fountain, convener of the Nigerian Civil Society Forum, Sunday Atta, wondered whether it was not the same NLC that was among the biggest critics of the fuel subsidy removal that was now pretending to fight for the masses. And lastly, before you can call in and tell us what you think of all of this, is Chetima to flag off Light Up Southeast initiative Monday. Vice President Chetima Kashim will on Monday, February, launch the Light Up Southeast initiative to accelerate a power supply to industrial clusters in the region. This was disclosed in a statement issued on Friday by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communications, Office of the Vice President, Stanley Nkwocha. The event, billed to be held in Enugu, the Enugu state capital, is in continuation of the ongoing efforts to improve energy supply to industrial clusters across the country. The project, a collaboration between the Niger Delta Power Holding Company Limited and its partners, will feature key stakeholders in the nation's power sector. A key highlight of the Vice President's engagement in Enugu on Monday will be the Southeast Business Roundtable, featuring top government officials and business leaders deliberating on delivering reliable and sustainable power to industrial and residential areas in the region. There you have it. The deputy governor of Edo State, Chaibu, believes that he won the election, if not for, the delegates that were denied accreditation. And on like the state of the nation, the federal government is now looking into the 42,000, 42,000 metric tons of grain that will be released to the public. We have a lot of things to talk about this morning. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by joining us on Facebook as we're live at Ebonade 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. Drop your comments via WhatsApp or SMS messages on 080-9666-1035. And this morning we have this message that is coming from Agonabo, and he's joining us from Ofa Aglozibo, and he says, political saga, we know that in Nigerian elections is selection, and my turn palava have become more involved than election, and the results are impending doom and malnutrition to the health of masses. We are watching from far as things are unfolding. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we'll get to other messages in a jiffy. But remember that the numbers you'll call now to become part of the conversation is 070-3445-9334 or 070-4559-2210. Let's hear from you right about now. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Welcome, sir.
Hello, me.
Gabaniru, sir. Oh.
Yes. Kii dị ntọrọ ibu maka ndị soja ndị ọrụ agha na-eje ejidere onye a na-akpọ Misadele na-eche na ọ na-akwado maka ime ngagharị iwe. Mana ihe chọrọ ka ndị ọrụ agha mgbe ọbụla ndị ọrụ agha ejide mmadụ nke bụ eziokwu tupu ka a kụọ ha ma n'isi ọ bụrụ ọchịchị ndị agha ka anyị rọdịrị taa ka ọ bụ ọchịchị onye kwuru uche ya mgbe ọbụla ndị agha na-anyị na-eme mmadụ ihe kama ya bụ ndị polisi anyị chọrọ ka ndị ọrụ agha maka mụ amasị omume obodo anyị nọ ịta anyị nọ n'ọchịchị onye onye ndị nkịtị ana ndị agha ka ga-emesi mmadụ ike n'obodo a na-eti ege egwu Boko Haram nọkwa n'efu n'ekwesị anyị chọrọ na-eje ndị Boko Haram ahụ nwere ya jụ azụ ike puku ama bọm a na-ahị eri ya na-echere ebe Siria nọ Siria orume itiri ibe Siria na agbanye ọgwụ nkịtị ọ na-ebute nri ndị akwụkwọ na-ata ndị bebi na-ebe abịa na Chetima na onwe ya ihe kwuru eme ka nkụ maka na ajụ onye nwụrụ awọ ya zọkwa ya afọ onye nwụrụ nkapị ya bee ya ọnụ ọ na-ekwu okwu na ngwa agha na-agazi tupu obodo a niile eme ka nke ụmụnne ya na-ebu ya na-ebu ya dị
ha ncha niile ka ọ na-ekwu na because na ọ bụrụ na ịnekwa anya ịfụ na even na ife gbasara smuggling na-enyekwu nsogbu na the economy at the end of the day, but like even the activities of ndị firework nke ikpeazụ a na-enye ezigbote nsogbu, and na the police na-discover na ha ga-need this step in when it comes to border towns. So almost exactly what he's saying when it comes to that. No, bro, Buhari culturally blame, not Tinubu Kone blame. Ebe ikwutere okwu nke fuel subsidy onye ka nchọbụ ka address because no so na one of the reasons nyanwa na-enye ihe ọ na-akọwa bụ na ọ bụrụ na Buhari adịrọ in accordance with the fuel subsidy removal, why na o make your provision for the budget of the year yọtago maka fuel subsidy n'ime the budget, so na also malụ about it no ihe mere o ji wee na-ekwu ya befe
mana onye a gwara ekwe kịta na asị m mmadụ ya ga-eji egbuo mmadụ onye ọbụ ezegbuo mmadụ anya ejide ebe a asị ide mmadụ ya gaghị ejide ebe ọ bụla agbagodo egbe n'onye egbu mmadụ ya nwata ya egbu ọ bụrụ ọmụnwa n'ọrụ onwe m ife ọteta dị ife nwere ike ebe aba n'ahịa ihe na-ekwu ya bụ Tinubu mejọ ya eme ya mee na obodo abụghị ya ka ọ dị n'aka adị Naijiria gata kịta onye amasị oji aka agata na Naijiria bụ ya ọbụla obodo agbata onye anababịa onye ji aka abụrụ
Oh, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's hear from you right about now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello,
yes, Otutu, my brother. Keke men Otutu. Kabaniru.
Right, and the custom naked. The custom on that correct.
Fa kọwana na ebe fa si weta rice fa na-eke ọ ndị nke sizi ka ha na-eke ọ bụ
rice ndị eke ya ngwa mmadụ tọrọ isi ya na wọl eji egbu ya na ọkwantraband ọjọ okwu oyibo ọtọ ya ma eke aja eweta ego ọ nwere nke onye gide price ya na aba na egide price mejọ nọ important of eke eweta ego ọ nọ soje ndị gwara ya o wee dọghazi asụsụ onye ọmakọ ịchọgbaje na ga-eweta ego
anyway, ịma na osokwana na ndị anyị na-etinye anya though na o so n'ihe na-eme around us today, yes, but but anyị focus enwere reason anyị ga-eji ewepụta certain ones like anyị focus on ndị nke ahụ properly like ihe na-emekasị today kedu the solution at the end of the day like nke a na-ekwugoro about the 42,000 metric tons. Onye bụ nke anyị na-etinye anya nke federal government na-release grains. Onye bụ the major thing anyị na-etigoro anya now.
a na-enweghị na ka mmiri si esi gbarụ ọgara ihe na-esi nwa isi narị ya ka ọ dị ọta ka akọwara ihe n'obodo a ọta ka butere ihe n'obodo a
nke a bụkwa na okike ka a na-eke not ọkụkọ pasi no 42 ka eke for iji wee kusho no the hardship dị so far
ọwụ okike a ka aka nje na ihe ka dị ihe ahụ ị na-eke onye nwa ga-ejurukwa obodo a mata tole ha tukachi ihe ha jatọgba yara ọ bụghị epụtachi enye mmadụ palliative inye mmadụ palliative palliative onye nwere isi gịnị ha bụ ihe ha na-enye echipụkọta abada oke ha na-enye ọ ihe ndị na-eme ndị mmadụ asị na ha na-eme protest ọ protest ha na-emekọta na aja eke emekọta na-efe ndị amị mana onye anyị a na-eji akwụsị ndị mmadụ asị ga-eme protest kịta na ijerukwa kịta na-ehụ na asị na agụọ na-egbu ya n'ezinụlọ ya ijerukwa kịta na-ehụ na agụọ na-egbu ya n'ezinụlọ ya ọ wụ ihe ndị aka ji mana ihe ọtụtụ wee dịgị n'ọdọ protest amaghị m apụta ndị amị a na-eme ndị mmadụ apụghị ime protest na ndị ahụ ezigbote oriri alụ ndị amị ana m apụta ndị nke ahụ n'uche nke m na ndị ahụ na-adị ndị mmadụ emekọrọ protest agaghị ọlakpọ n'ime akọ igwe ga jide nwụrụ oge na ndị ahụ abụghị orijinalụ ndị amị dụkọ Naijiria bụ obodo ị nwere ike ijikọ ma flag atụ ụfọdụ ihe na achịcha ego ike enwe mmadụ asị na onye amị ma na-emechasị gị na ọbụghị orijinal wan Like here, where how to play their own logic. All that just get more results. I think on your boy, or we are going to Naka, or we are going to Yeah, but same thing I get and look at you. If we have the man to get the main day, I think our boy got nothing about it. Don't ever take part of the river. Here, logic of Nigeria. 6 name women in Japan and the Alabama making a money here.
Okay.
Somebody know what I'm over there, Mangani. I'm a baby to Fabian. I like it.
So borrow. I never tap on doors.
And then I don't want you walk by your way. I thought you walk.
As a rock, yes, we know about that. And the government, the presidents are all that go Kapwonk as a rock. So borrow. So borrow. Kind of tap on doors. So thank you so much, my brother. Oh, kind of tap doors. Hello. Yes, let's hear from the next person. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello. Yes, good morning, my brother. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine. How are you?
We thank the Lord. Because Kabani Rusa.
Yes, I'm doing it's all in Nigeria to the guy. And I can more on the bargain. No, they get the father. I have a Nigeria, I was going to majority of all. Maybe on election, they may go maybe 100,000 naira now. They will receive. Rapport of the boy has to know as an attack to the problem. Nana Rajakon, Yakanakon, your book and Akon. Or they can know that of the bone are understand inflation or Calisia.
Okay.
So, because I got a worry about notion and top secret right. On our view, they go right, they are no work on the right, no good to go right. So, all this, no price to be bad.
No price.
You have to go. So, but when I saw no, I might check at the GNU.
Now, na obo na the rice are batana the system ndị nke a na-eke ọ bata n'ime the system ma nke custom na-eme. Don't you think n'oge cushion kwa the price nke a dị so high na ama nwete n'oge butukwazi ya na even elekwazi normal otu esi kwesị sile.
My brother na anya. Akwa na afọ ndị confusion awatio. Ya tago. Yeah, Nigerians need a good man. Ndị nwelu most wicked people on earth. Mama mo onye ọbụla. Onye kete that thing keta. Ni ike pụkwa puli si na ọ na-eri ya lele ya ngala ọdụ. O nwere ọbụna o nwere surplus.
Na ihe dị a na-eput to see measures in place like otu a governor of Lagos State si wee bido mama put. Enwere measures nke mama put a na enwere ebe ị ga-ewelu ọbụla like enwere trench hold like ebe ị ga-egotebenwu ịma mpụta gokọrọ otu ọbụla o si sọ gị so na ihe egolu nke ofu onye rather than ịbịa gokọrọ nke everybody jezie na easy price otu isi chọ so that's all ihe a na-etigasị in order to make it work.
People not with 5,000 years, okay, go to the Nabia water work every Sunday. Manana, my father and our father, the year took up on Aka. Before they were the money to go and buy it. So now, if ever get a level, like this work the other day, price control must reform.
Okay.
Only how to challenge here for 30 years, book here in Asia. One the value of milk or rice, it's a rice, book here, processing the plant, just process here. And the value of it is 10,000 naira. So you sell it to 12,000 naira. If you cannot sell it that amount, take it back to your house and go and continue eating it. Open the bullion and have the token and well, I need you and Lassa Kiba. Lassa Kiba will the out now, but it's go out of. If you ask me, the house of this ordinary work, after the Chinese, where to pay you can and will you for that. So, price control regime was for the fun in Nigeria.
Okay.
It's another than the money you go to the ladder for the good day. Of the Tanafia, only the channel of 5,000 naira. On I would say to go near the 5,000 naira for what? What time Sarah Kelly to give an before. Never gone I would call one after go with it. Only I was young, but the man has no, like 7,000 naira. You know,
yes, I know feed the farm.
And so, Kevin, I got here. My So, price control regime was return in Nigeria. Don't go and break anybody's warehouse. Mana onye akụkọ na-apịa onye na-eri. Then nsị ya pụọ wee na-aba na ndị nke na-ekwu Igboho ka m ndebe na nke Igboho. Agwa ya ka ji ekwu okwu maka ndị a na-ekwu okwu nwere onwe. Fa niile bụ skama niile bụ. Ikwuru nwere onwe n'ọnda Buhari onye abụrụ nwanne Igbo. Nwanne nwoke kapịrị ya. Ebe ndị nwere onwe na-akụkọchi okwu na ọ bụrụ nwanne nwoke bụ problem. Mgbe nwere nọ na nke nwanne nwoke ka abụrụ wee batarị. Maka na nwanne gị nwoke ka isi ozu mmalụ nchebe eziokwu maazị na ọcha bụ ọcha maazị na otu bụ otu ọnatan nwanne nwoke akpagoterezie imerụ obodo unu nwere onwe unu na-akụ ọmazi ya ka onye ma aghọtara ebe ọ na-akọ awepụrụ m nke maka akụkọ ihe mege otensị ọ dị highly soluble.
Ị ga-achịkọta ka anyị nabata onye ọzọ na time ezgo mana ị na-achịkọtazi we'll continue the conversation. Okay, Ngwan, thank you so much for joining us this morning, my brother. I come with a message now Agona Abu, and he's joining us from Ofa Aguluzibo, and he says cost of living saga. Buhari, not Tinubu, is responsible for a lot. Igboho was used to achieve presidential power to the southern, and now he is blaming Buhari instead of Tinubu to find out solution to stop the impending doom. Anyway, let's hear from you right about now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Welcome back. Kabani Rusao.
Yeah. More than improve now. They can run the working with now in price control. And maintain a year too. In a control price, now young girls, they may have another to walk. If anyone has ever occupied there, we need a control price. I said, when I come next to the museum with them. What do you see when they get to have the hardest book for an idea? Don't go out to the throne. How much they work them when they get them like this? They control who don't go to the throw you in the layer. In that control, we are also going to see how much back down on the back here to take them money. On that, the wrong for a moment because they control that. What they see now. My dear, going here, because I found one, my dear, come let's get it. That control too much price. I can't talk and do in book. Come and tell me, that's a better hand. So, I never had to laugh to the thought. Come and go, I want to go. The time one I book, you don't go enough that you're oh my God, I'll swear higher price. Therefore, price control, but I'm not going to look at that. You're going to see a lady I want to do. Yeah, I want to have like a car control the price. Can control the price of what I bought with my money. It's unfair. That's what I said. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us again this morning. Again, from Agona, we'll have this message. It says, please, we are not beggars and we are not in war. The problem is within us. Protests are not the solution. Let President come out and address masses on this issue and let the price be controlled by government. So some people are still pro, price control. Let's hear from you right about now. Hello.
Hello, Matt.
Yes, good morning, my sister. Now we thank the Lord. No.
That's from my mother.
Because Gavaniru.
I wish all of us had happy survival so far.
Yes.
Marty, let me start with Edo APC primary.
Okay.
In one country, in the same country, also the man conducted primary. They detected it abroad. Is this Rivers? Is this Akwa Ibom or Cross River governor?
Otu.
He conducted another one in the same state. The other one had. So what APC upheld the New State, they now reject in Edo State. Now what? Wow. Let me go that one there. Then what this protest we're talking about, the pro-government protest was allowed to hold in the House of Assembly. But in Delta, they were about to, they are just preparing for it. Okay?
Yes.
And journalists and activists have been arrested. But is this how it is done?
Yes, instigation sometimes. I'm not trying to justify the entire thing, but it depends on the manner. We'll get to hear more about this and then begin to, comment on it.
When we found a year, because when we found a year, they should have gone and stopped those ones, the government protest. I don't know why they are doing these things. Is it that these things will cover the reality on the ground? Is it that they are going to close our eyes and close our minds to what is happening, or that they are going to stop what is going on, the hunger and death in Egypt, that they allow these things to happen? I want to know. For the customs that are talking about bringing out these items, like what you rightly asked, if an app will move over Korea over after mad party, the factory with it. And must remind you, they are selling it too, because they sell 25K for
10,000, yes, sir.
Yes. What is this? Are they generating this revenue for the government or for the church or for the market? People are they are just ignoring and bringing things in a more confused state. As far as I'm concerned, that's right. It's no longer good for consumption. You can say more than its lifespan there. Like people said, when you eat these things now, yeah. Or even a man in this country. In a country, discordant tools here and there. In a country where a boss is left and the subject is being suffered, like in the case of our former president Buhari and MFL. Now, let me go to Sunday Igboho.
Okay.
If anybody is saying that people who are talking about freedom in this country are scammers, it is the biggest joker of history. Why? Because they found a woman, they give us the rest, the Bible, and the rest freedom Mandela, the rest freedom fighters, they died for freedom. Yes, they told us that freedom is the answer. Particularly in this our state, in the state of this nation now, freedom is the answer. But my say is this: when somebody is left to go around and talk, now the country is making every day in DSS papa. Or let's talk also to the home. Let me conclude, Matthew. 2 Saturdays ago, you are talking about Kadosu and someone by the Senate.
Yes.
I told you that you were putting me right, and I concluded by saying, Matthew, let us wait for the coming week. What is the state of Nigeria today and the economy, the state of our people's economy? About all that things, the politicians are giving themselves.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have another message that says, Martin, in 1983 to 1984, Buhari trying to control the price of commodities but failed because of partiality, I think. And then today, let Tinubu use the middlemen to achieve good purpose. Agunabo, he's joining us from Ofa. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's hear from this person. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, my sister. We thank the Lord. No. Biko Kabaniru.
So let's see on when I joined the CDC. The level. It's a process.
Okay.
They know that's not their way. Their way is in last thing, when you can't afford how you will Africa, a way. You have to go to one or two things. They found what I food. How you do Africa, a way in the hour. Because you know, the hour for you to is that I'm not going to. I'm not saying where you are. If you can't afford
No, the thing is maybe the policies and so far. But for any the Kenya time that even the strike action itself got out if I so I think no ever once when I was because now the action immediately. That means even the process and so far we can feel good for the meantime because no gonna affect the panel. So that's I think all the pass
okay.
Okay. Okay, man. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Yes, let's hear from the next person. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Martino.
Yes, good morning, my brother.
Yes, good brother.
Okay, Biko Kabaniro now.
Yes, Christian will come to my brother. Price control in the work we are managing. Often legal, the judgment, the High Court judge, Naibe Palana, with them, that price control something. The judge will never wear sexual government to first of all. Here subsidy, now those good. Near petrol, diesel, kerosene, and those. Now, everything was subsidy there.
Okay. So when was here or now again the audacity kuzi okay controls the price. Is that what you're saying? Hello, network please call us back. Let's hear from the next person this morning. Hello. Okay, welcome back, my brother. Naganiru.
And then when price control and over this is life. Proof. On a good idea, I don't think that I'm one. And when many years and this is how supposed to go. All over this is like, I'm COVID-19. Mental COVID-19. I got them where was of them both were generate, you plan my dear, come much, they were Mama Papa Jamon, but their government for that, no, yes, government in all the other. I will wear a price to wait at in a lot of audio tour. When you're putting up with a follow down and go like a happen. Also, the man and I got a very mayor. For now, the daughter little then I just system. You wear balance, then normal, they go to an Indian to mayor, but all. Government within door, not that I got they will wear a price control. During that time, I'm mobile or my any naked on your 18. Just to make it as I think that I'm not to have it up or that for the next one. In a way, making it where for my. You go to know about that, like, okay. Man, over that is like, oh, yeah, I don't let you on your dear, on your mentia, on your mentia. Government, when I know, the things you work for so well, they don't be like government to any collective and I'm in the radio. I said, I'm a coordinator. All the radio, journalists in there, I think they're working well, they're so hard and so well. They need the word that they are motivated to do them. But they're going to get it.
Because maybe not cutting at the pipeline. Maybe not the pipeline, and very soon we came here. So maybe Falana is not the president of Nigeria. He just made a suggestion. So all the presidents get decided because they were yes, ejigoro okwu mmadụ na-agba izu ọ bụrụ iwu na okwu onye ozugbo ozugbo emebi ozugbo ozugbo enwe ike nwee some things anyị need put in place before wee mebe yes ọ dị mma my brother eziokwu ka ikwu ọ dị mma ka eme ya mana otu isi kwutekwu eketa maybe ọ ga-aringkwazi in the ears of the government again amalụkwazi ya na ga-eme ya yes okay.
That I'm a price control. Government onye nwere ego onye na-enwe ego achọwa ọtụtụ ego ọrụ ọdụ onye ọbụla amakwa na tie ma gọọmenti na-ebe onye ọbụla mana ikuku gọọmenti nwu ọmụmụ amahụmụ ndị ọ na-ekwute ekwuta n'obodo a onye kpatara na ama nwe that price control ahụ.
Ka anyị nabatakwa ndị ọzọ kịta. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's hear from the next person. Kedu ka ị nwee ekwu n'ihe niile anyị na-akpa maka ya n'ụtụtụ a. The numbers once again 070-3445-9334. Let's hear from you now. Hello.
Hello, Matt.
Yes, welcome back, my sister.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning. Welcome back.
Hello, Matt.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you, but can I
put go on, but put off your radio.
Okay, Matty, I cover.
Okay, please go on.
Please, can you acquaint me with what you say INEC or what INEC come up with about about 2023 election.
Okay, yes, it's lengthy, but I might just refresh your memory very soon. So, but just stay tuned with us. I will talk about it in a bit.
Okay, let me go to something else.
Okay.
You know why this INEC decided to come out amidst this problem and telling us how they are justifying that? It's because nobody has gone to their surface to protest. This protest that is going on in this country.
Anyway, when you say nobody went to protest, you remember that the presidential candidate of the PDP with his stalwarts went there and protested immediately after the election. You remember now?
Yeah, I'm talking about the current one now.
Okay.
The current protest all should be geared towards the government at INEC and the judiciary because they are the problem in this country. And now, after having said this palliative, at least in February, January, they have been talking about it, talking on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. Who has gotten it? Has anything gotten grain to billions of grain to a warehouse, whatever, bring them to the poor masses? Whose of the poor masses or the rich masses in this country has gotten this palliative? The ones that they gave to governors, these governors just stayed on no concern. They are just start on no concern, and nobody is talking to these governors. What is wrong with these people?
Yes, because people are looking at maybe some of those measures that was mentioned during the palliative, like saying that, okay, things like CNG buses and all of that to cushion the effect of the fuel subsidy removal, right?
What are they now?
Yeah, that's one thing, people are also like the thing is that some governors
only the pages of Nigerian newspapers. But when we go for these governors,
okay,
these are state governors that is taking everyone's allocation, including that of local governments are in their surface and they're looking at the market. What is wrong?
Okay, thank you so much for joining us again. And I guess people are paying attention to this already. People are talking about it already, about those things that were promised, about these palliatives. Where are they and all of that? People are talking about it, most especially some of the governors who acquired buses that will help to cushion even transportation fare and all of that, and the fuel subsidy removal in general. But let's hear from you right about now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello, Martin.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, your name and location, please.
This is April, calling from Delta.
Please put off your radio and then you go on. What part of Delta are you? Okay, please go on now.
Okay. Please, you see the situation in Nigeria.
Yes, your radio is still on. Just put it off.
Yeah, it's off now.
Okay, but now continue.
Yeah. You see the situation in Nigeria. Sometimes calling in this radio program, sometimes I find it difficult because I feel like what we do in the radio is just to talk. The effectiveness is something that we don't see in the end.
Yeah, you know that even the Senate, the red chamber now, what they do there is to talk, right?
Yeah.
So we also have our own opportunity here now to also talk and mold opinion of what should be. So sometimes we shouldn't take the talking for granted. It works too. It is also contributing to the politics. So that's why we must talk as citizens, because we have that right to also talk. So continue, please.
Okay. Now, in the area of first place, there is an adage in my language that says that when a snake leaves the person that killed it, he will turn his neck for the entire community. That is what is happening in Nigeria. You are talking of price control. How can you control price that you are not the one that buys the goods for the person? The person went to the market to buy it in a costly price. And when the person goes, he will sell out based on the costly rate so that he's able to make his profit. And as the way things are going now, if you buy something today, the next 1 hour, that same thing you cannot buy it at the same price. I hope you're aware of it.
Yes, we know. But look at it from this angle. People are looking at the middleman. Let me say maybe 2,000 naira for anything, maybe palm front or anything now they got from the farmer, and then increase the price to 10, 15 on his own without any other thing. So that's where the people are looking at, and most especially even farmers are also complaining about it. you know, because this money now they will generate will not go into the coffers of the farmer again. So because if the farmer is the one that, you know, acquired this money, the farmer will still reinvest it in the farm. So that's exactly what people are looking at, and we are looking at foodstuff now, not just things that you can import from somewhere, things that we can get around us. That's where people are looking at when it comes to price control.
Now, when you look at this thing, it should not be restricted to only foodstuff, because the thing is a general thing. Something like price of cement now, and the rest thing. Now, for instance, let me talk about the subsidy. Do you know the subsidy? When the subsidy has been was being talked about in winter time, there is one thing I always tell anybody around me. In the first place, Nigeria is not supposed to remove subsidy for any reason. Do you know why?
Why?
Because of a truth, believe it or not, subsidy is the only way, sure way, you mark the word sure, that every Nigerian is expected to benefit from government. Be it whoever you are, be you a cripple, be you even a child in the womb. Even though there is maybe irregularity in the subsidy, but in food, that was subsidy. It's not supposed to be removed, because it's the only sure way every Nigerian is expected to benefit from government. Every other way is by either by partiality or by favoritism. When it comes to palliative and the people that you know, who you know. So that subsidy, even if you are in the womb, your mother that is carrying in the womb will enter transport to wherever you want to go. And the reason for the hike in price, Nigeria is so reality. Everything is about this transportation, the hike in the price of fuel and the rest other commodities that is used for operating vehicles. Government, that is why government is to be held responsible at every point in time. All this is setting up price control committee or what the commission. It's not really the problem. Government should do something on the price.
So that's why people are talking about, you know, some of the buses that was, you know, dedicated for this, you know, to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy removal at the end of the day. I think that's why people are talking about it.
It's not still the solution. The main important thing is bring down the price. Look, bring down the price of this fuel or whatever commodity.
Like basically transportation first.
All this price will be regulated automatically.
No problem. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's allow others now to come in.
The reality of this whole thing.
Thank you.
Not the best way to control it is to bring back the price of fuel from petroleum commodities.
We have.
And this whole thing we adjust automatically.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Yes, let's hear from the next person. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello. Yes, welcome back, my brother. Yes, all network, Melia, but continue. Just look at Hanez on the Gabaniru. Gabaniru, sir.
Against the price control in the book here. Price control, I may take effect. More than a first of all, government will be about the method of the one that moral
justification. Okay.
Yes, everyone them what was the price. Up until that judgment, the High Court, so yes, in favor of Femi Falana against the federal government.
Okay.
Our subsidy was returning some essential food
commodities.
Yes, such as milk, grain, rice, bananas, petrol, even in Katago. So then, upon the government which is about the work with petroleum, those about food or God. The majority of Nigeria do to know the work with what of the European Nigeria. Them was supported by government of work now.
Some people.
Then they will just be able to see another place. Do not have a problem Nigeria. Man, and if I do cuckoo, it's down in a few work. There is a bit channel there. Hello.
Naganiru.
Yes. So, we're not against something before. It's something in our
more than a good as now, governors, now federal government must collaborate. Only just telling them more Taraba State, they go to right now, more even in from that place, we'll on the Jamaica. Now, Bengal side, and then I need to do to other place. But to avoid, we're going to put the person on. Oh, we're going to what is do tell us now. All those people, and they have to believe. So, I would have to do to our news. Once the police in Anna, look at the discussion. But I'm a pony down what they do. But they left by toilet. And I don't know.
Yeah, not going to do.
Yes. So, now this is the political to our government, they were anything to do with our work in the first place. Governors must sack those people from our roots. They are now police operate down on roots. They are something like collection of money, one damage. Oh, well, at least what's in our day that I've never put it. I put down about this necessary money.
The boss is well,
they cannot. Hello?
I don't mean you. I'm always able to work with Tabazia.
Yes, because they can never be able to explain why their goods are very high.
Okay.
The price. Then transporters. Bana fuel, like even another couple driver will go on. So I want to go now. We got 20,000 naira. Now, reduce now. Governors can now governors now to take out. You must reduce it to around 5,000 naira.
Okay.
Then, I will need an idea than even have two to take up work. Only mail this is the Havana. This is from Oka.
Hello. Hello. Because watch your network. Now we have this message coming from Troops on our SMS portal, and he says, "My subject." Okay, he said, "My subject."
Hello, Martin.
Yes. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother.
Welcome.
Thank you, man.
Adam, my
brother, thank God.
Okay. Because
if you go, you see my car.
Gabani Rusalo.
Because issue of this price control. Even Martin. On our boy, you can go, yeah, on my TV, or so for one new can on a village. What of federal government we kind on control, like petrol, gas, cooking gas, and APO, that is in Kenya, that control with. That today people are buying petrol at 800 naira. You see, when somebody, the only thing I can say that Parliament have run out of ideas. When somebody run out of ideas, how can you, even the one that control, if you don't have your control, the control will what would even call human life? We are not in the military era.
Okay.
Federal government has a lot of things to do. One, the people who are doing importation, the dollar, the men locating everything. The people, in fact, they should give credit to farmers.
Okay.
They should give the farmers. Today we are hearing price change today, price to. I know everybody are suffering it. But the federal government and state government have not done anything to cushion the state of it. They only diverting attention. Shifting blame when there is no blame. So my brother, issue of control, nobody should talk about it, because the federal government has said they have not do the needful.
Okay.
My brother yesterday, in Oka, I'm looking where to park motor. If brought their bike, where the people you're governing, you don't even pay you. You don't even mind what people are suffering. You're calling this and calling that. The people responsible for this problem is federal government. In fact, 90% from the state government. Because the money they have been giving them from year to year. We have not been paid into debt. Buhari share more than trillion naira to governors. We have not seen anything they give it to today. Let us be realistic and sincere ourselves. The issue people are passing today caused by past government, not Tinubu, we are not a Yoruba man. Buhari is sincere, but the followers, the people that are helping in the government, they are criminals. So, issue of price control, nobody should talk about.
Anyway, you not all till you get someone indicted. That's when you will say such things, you know. But
Listen to me. Okay, let me give you an example.
Okay.
Because we are Nigerians, we are stakeholders. Senate passed 30 trillion for alcohol blowers and the rest. Tell me where the money is today.
And that's why people are talking about probing all of those things.
Yes, that's why I was hitting that it's not Buhari, the people that work with him.
Okay.
Well, to be honest, let us see why we are having problems with this country. We live where there is issue, pointing finger where there is not issue.
Okay.
The people that are responsible for Buhari government is the people that work with him. That's the pure truth. Nobody should deceive you.
Okay.
We know that it's a failure by not sharing the presiding over the affairs of the country. But you know, everybody has his own weaknesses. But the people eat it is the people who work with him, not Buhari.
Okay.
I'm
No problem.
telling it without no apology.
Okay.
So issue of this governor of Aja State.
Okay.
The man is going a lot. Somebody who is never up to 1 year, when you go to that state, you think that state is another state. Look at the president will come and commission power plant and many roads.
Yeah.
In Anambra State, here, which road they have completed is getting to 2 years now. So we know our problem.
Okay.
All the states have their own issue. Nobody should not be funding hand for federal government.
Okay.
We have problem in there. Anambra State too.
Okay, no problem. Let's allow others now to join us
That's
again.
my take, my brother.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's hear from you right about now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Good morning, everyone.
No.
I come the money this morning, Tabo.
Biko na Ganiru.
So start with people now, my Buhari, my Tinubu is a failure. Nobody can them that yes. Yeah, someone nani ya moto na kandem na moto muna na banana na kupiga na ma. You know about this. That I show one. Oh, you no need to go. Oh, what did you think for that starting to learn in Igboho? Where you get very involved? Why not that? They think that never get some Lego. You know that you want to know even about what got one out of minister. Share Lego. So I want to know this and do and you to so nobody says something that is watching wow. What my job by the problem. If you understand, you will be here and have on record. This is part of that government because you eventually know and you know I told you who know it we are watching on the local. So what you didn't have a common people where you know what a hand table future. But let's go to reality.
Okay.
In terms of price control, them on last week, you know, they go with the last price control what it on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody, I think whether we price control, they can like when I price control, I can't control the hours. When I talk to them, and say, what the social body will take, like one move you could use your couple. After Mata, even in the couple, no, economic sabotage. You feel low. Every day. You know, expect go ahead and go direct. Almost to 20,000 after that. Now, one two back in the road. You could take around every time. Almost to 40,000. You may see go get a leg around. That's the other. And that much from that. No, you want to let banana. What did you put on a top water? I have better. From that. No, you want to let banana. What did you put on a top water? I have better. No, this time. Yes, banana is 15 naira, chocolate is 5 naira. Yes, but also one naira get 5 naira, I get that naira. Okay, all the shit, yeah, when they go to them, why I shoot? Sure, wherever I shoot in Nigeria. Sure, we're going to run this job in China.
I don't know about.
I don't know about. What are the music? I put on. When I didn't go come back down to China, so you know,
You say that they go to see the Google market to 2 naira. You say go to 5,000 naira. Oh, I got out of this one, the gamma. This will go to show. So, once a Sunday, you go to the over on the Monday, the party.
Anyway, the thing is that with Iheni and Emen so far, one of the things I gauge the Panakabana, here I gave you those some things. Appreciate if and Carlo amongst us, like if I on about what used to work at Mad on any use when I question when I put law in patronizing guys so that we share wealth amongst ourselves.
Number one. That's one number one.
Okay. Like a middleman, not even Nyawa Koji, on your lesson. This is let's pass another person. So no one about the thing. Mana, yes. My brother. Thank you so much for joining us again this morning. We have a lot going on in our politics, and we need to talk about them. And as we are talking about them, we are contributing to, molding the opinion, molding, our politics the way it must go. Let's hear from you right about now. Hello.
Hello, Neda.
Yes. Good morning, my.
Good morning.
No. Because Kabaniru.
I don't know who Nigeria no. It's a woman no matter. You for the car woman matter. I say it's all okay and about you with the job. Rather than Baja. It's funny how we have. Government in Nigeria, government says it's a Wahama higher man. You can't put a candle for the woman to now I go a control price behind and then I want how I call it. Oh, how I call it because I'm here. I'm ready to you and the one who be a bit. We have put up a down well for such a year, put up a year. I think I used to go to my guys, my fuel, my guys took up my guys, and I'm going to motor. Then I want no put in the use.
Okay, AGO, diesel. Okay. AGO, diesel,
I'm back here to go. Because all I government to control one for the chief. Then let me manga again. Yeah, the chief. When I real pure water, one pure water 15 naira, 500 naira. Window near, and then 450, get 1,200 naira. Or we do to hear government cost. But the only one who's been a where or 200.
Okay.
Hey, I'm a new man in there, but I'm more prayer, I'm on a phone. Why get let's go now? It's a good bad break. Oh, yeah, you could get a while, but I want to get let's near. You get happier. Over there. You just have to get a little bit years ago. What another company, your budget. So I'm going to Nigeria for this. How much I had to work for the this is if we are not how when they're poor and so no, always you are market bad. If you are market again, good. How long have you a market? Go for subsidy. Well, market, I want to have a look at it. No, it's a real. So the end of the Tanua. Okay, do more with your method. About 12 in here. 12. 1 liter. Battery is in 1 liter, 1,300. Although could have not been my bed, this is the good.
whether what tracing. Don't prefer any tracing after all. And of course, so it was the end was opportunity to stop tracing now. And I'm not to say. So, who want to government and nothing on all this? One of them was the journal for law for that. I can
Hello, my brother. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's hear from you right about now. Hello.
Hello, Martin.
So, my sister.
I don't want them. How can I, Madam Mukega, and I can question myself? Oh, first subsidy, Tinubu was going to take you at the job. Why Jonathan Chali were for there? Yana Tunde Bakari. Actually, they do not compone a sozo. No one and one one hour. Oh, now I can't want to tell you to work with you. On a very to be, however, that would be more Kedamafia. Has June not an you wonder where you get a first subsidy on it. You work. Don't want 1 hour. But Tunde Bakari General. I think I feel like I cannot sit at Tinubu as the work you went to see against award. I told me to Tinubu to see a man on Nigeria or one way or one Nigerian somewhere. They can't really say, they all be too much. They need to step 1 trillion. How many more skin of that? In the key, they got away there. You never put Nigeria email level. Now, you don't know why I went there, but I don't want to go on a way. I just think what I'm going to say. Go on the Madego Naya.
Price control.
However, we first subsidy working on that in New York with your first subsidy is a god. I'm going to get those away. Now, wait, the idea as a man, I want one. They're going to save our own here. Also, on a save, we're getting a man, justice, man, get you go for 260 million. Also, my account, I talk about young Mamma. Here, I see for reason I said, the mother, where you're going to rely on one or when I'm John. I can a phone care Buhari. Although I demand to go out of Fonogo by 8 now where the Buhari for say, carry the video. No one ever even under to Tinubu like the Rossi Buhari. May I do a story out? Yes, because 7 years ago, I made up a right. Cap price 7,000, 8,000 naira. Keep out of the 7,000. So now they like the Rossi Buhari to Tinubu out. Now, go now and I manage to be here. Oh, 9 people. Tinubu not talking about and over for first subsidy. And why I can see what we are in a trillion that I don't know now. They think, keep you for your market, but then I can tell you what it don't come on 200.
Mandalo, thank you so much. This morning we'll just entertain one more call before we call it a day on this particular edition of Political Views on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. Hello.
Hello, Martin.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Morning, because if you
just a minute, Kim was sir. Just can I welcome to the
because I think the wrong captive on over Nigeria. Future. When we do not there. You know, you have run a cost. It's wrong. It's the wrong language.
If I may go over time, build before where there's a choose.
Yeah, accumulated problem.
Okay.
So in no in Nigeria, see government money from I think last week. When I say I'm also no work for also. That's why Nigeria can allow sugar. It's not play against Jabana. So you have accumulated problem. You have APC or PDP. You need to Nigeria cost yeah. Nigeria I'm saying to with of majority. Nigeria so everybody contributes in one way or another a problem in Nigeria, especially politicians. Because if we any plan for future, only on a pattern, even interest them go only have any political party. On
if we look at it properly, you know, over time, Nigerians, we contributed to all of this at the end of the day. And the best way we'll go about, you know, correcting the situation is everybody do the needful, do what you are supposed to do, be patriotic about what you are supposed to do it to make it work. But at the end of the day, we'll continue to talk about these things in order to also, you know, just the way we say that the government now need to, you know, get feedback from the people on a daily basis now. This is that platform where we get to do that as well. As we are talking about it, I believe that the people in government officials are also paying attention to 2,000 metric tons of grain being released, all of those things, seeing that, there is, transparency in the way it is done, will ensure that it will cushion the effects of this fuel subsidy removal or the hardship in the country so far. But that said, this is the spot where we'll call it a day on this particular edition of Political Views on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. Remember, it comes your way Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. and Saturday, 10 o'clock a.m. So keep a date and don't touch the dial of Ebon at the 103.5 FM. A lot is coming your way on this platform. Till we meet again, I remain the full weekend.
FM, 24 hours of informative, educative, and entertainment programs. Can't stop, won't stop. On Ebona, the 103.5 FM.
Okay, guys, thank you. Like, subscribe, and share, right? Remember to
That's
also.
why we work at 30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders. And most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebona at 103.5 FM or you join.